Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a NFL mock draft, and we're going to start with the uh, Jaguars, and I have them taking Evan Neal, a offensive tackle out of Alabama, I believe. Alabama, right? Yeah, Alabama. I just think you got to protect your best running back, your best your quarterback right now, who's a really good, and you kind of want to make sure he's in a good situation. Second pick, I have the Lions. Really, they could take anything available right now. They could take Aiden Hutchinson, Kyle Hamilton. I have them taking Aiden Hutchinson because it's the best player available. They could take really anything right now. And yeah, with the third pick, I have the Texans taking Kayvon Thibodeau. I think it's also one of their biggest needs right now, and I just think it's the best situation. Now, with the Jets, I think there's multiple things you can do here. You could take Kyle Hamilton or Akeem Ekonwu. You could take Derek Stingley. You could take Trevon Walker. I think they're going to take Akeem Ekonwu. This is pre-free agency. This is actually the day after the trade between the Broncos and it's actually the day of the Broncos trading for Russell Wilson. So this is, as of right now, if no free agents have left, stuff like that. Now, if the secondary were to get really, really bad in free agency, then yeah, I'd probably take the Jets. I'd probably have the Jets taking Kyle Hamilton, but right now I'm going to take Akeem Ekonwu with the 4th overall pick. With the 5th overall pick, the Giants have the 7th pick, so I think someone like Cross I think Cross will be available then, as of this mock draft. So, but you see, in safety isn't that big of a need for this team. So in reality, if I was in a situation where the decent offensive tackle's gone, I'd probably trade back with a edge rusher needy team or a secondary needy team. So the best player available that fits their needs, I'd say it's Derek Stingley Jr. I mean, what else can you do in this situation? I think it's Derek Stingley Jr., no doubt in my mind, there, if they don't trade it. The Panthers. I think there's a solid chance they could go quarterback here. But there's Charles Cross is available. And Kyle Hamilton's still available, which I don't see, right now he's ranked 3rd. He's predicted to go 3rd. I don't think that's going to happen because the needs don't fit right there. So I'm thinking Kyle Hamilton will drop another pick and that Charles Cross will go to the Panthers. So this really messes up the Giants here, as their biggest need is now gone for the 7th pick. I think I'll have them taking Trevon Walker, an edge rusher. It's not an offensive tackle, but it's an edge rusher, which is something they need. And yeah, so that's their 2nd pick. And now the Falcons. After the wide receiver conundrum that just happened, the wide receivers right now, I don't see them being them. I don't think they're in the right position to pick them right now. Offensive tackle is a big need. Then again, there isn't really an offensive tackle available in this spot for a while, actually. So I think you take Kyle Hamilton, stop him from sliding, and also you get this defense just as best as you can get it, because that's exactly what they need right now. So I'm going to have them taking Kyle Hamilton. Now, the Seahawks, with the 9th pick, traded from Denver. They need an offensive tackle, an edge rusher, and maybe quarterback. I think you have 1 year without a quarterback, see what happens. um, make it a best possible situation for them right now. I think in reality, you would want to go offensive tackle here, but there's really not any offensive tackles available, if you ask me. A corner or an edge is then next up. I have them taking I'm gonna have them taking Ahmad Gardner from Cincinnati. Now the Jets again. I don't know really. They need once again edge, safety, or corner. I think is something huge here. Um, Jermaine Johnson and David Ojabo, both tackles, both projected 10th and 11th. This is the 10th pick. I think you go Jermaine Johnson here, best player available and a big need of theirs. Now the football team. You could go quarterback. I think they go quarterback here. You go either Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, one of these two. I think you go Malik Willis just to, as I think a really helpful addition. And this is a. Hold on a minute. I don't know if you go quarterback here though. To be honest, I think you go Malik Willis here. It's a little bit of a reach, but I like it a lot here. So we'll go Malik Willis. Now the Vikings. Their biggest needs are safety and an inside defensive line. Now, I don't know if inside, defensive line is not really something that's hugely needed here. QB is kind of a need for this team, but then again, I wouldn't do it. I'm going to take cornerback Trent McDuffie from Washington. I think it's a need, and the Vikings have just never been able to get a corner, and I don't know. All their corners have been busts lately. I don't know what's going on with that, but there's something going on with that. And then let's go with the Browns with the 13th pick. David Ojabo from Michigan. I think this is a no-brainer. It's an edge rusher, one of the best edge rushers I think that's left on the board. This is kind of when the edge rushers kind of start to thin out a little bit because there's a lot of upper level edge rushers. This is one that I see going here. Now, the Ravens. I think Andrew Booth Jr. is a good fit for this team. A cornerback who can just kind of help out. There had so many injuries last year. A healthy Ravens is 100% making the playoffs. And if there were injuries, you'd want an extra corner there. Andrew Booth Jr., no doubt in my mind. And now, one of the picks for the Eagles, they are in need of an edge rusher, or they're in need of an edge rusher, if you ask me. I'd say with the 15th pick, they have back-to-back picks. They could probably take. They can take. We'll see here. Let's go edge rusher. The next available edge rusher is George Karlaftis, so you really don't need that. And they have a pick in the 20s, so I wouldn't do that. Let's see. Corners. The next available corner is not expected to go until the early second round. Let's go. They don't really need an O-line, would they? Let's check out the linebackers. We haven't drafted a single linebacker yet. I don't know. In reality, I think they'd trade back in the situation, but I think they go Jameson Williams, wide receiver, because best available thing, make the wide receiving core a little bit better. Why not? With the 16th pick, again, not a good position to be in whatsoever for them. In reality, I think they would much rather trade back here. We're going to have them reach for Tyler Linderbaum, which is not much of a reach, but I think it's a little bit of a reach. Tyler Linderbaum, there. This helps another one of their needs. Now, another big news story today was the Chargers with a massive help. They extend wide receivers. And offensive tackle and edge rusher is on top of this list. Again, not a decent edge rusher for a while now. So I'm going to have them taking Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa. It's a helpful thing. I think they need it a lot. And yeah. Now the Saints. Last year was weird with their quarterback situation. Next year would be a situation where they would probably take somebody like Kenny Pickett. Then again, they don't have Kenny Pickett for next year, so I'd probably take Garrett Wilson, just because they need somebody who they know the wide receiver. This year is the break or break year for quarterbacks. Next year is definitely the year they draft a quarterback. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. And now, this is where I think they'll take George Karlaftis from Purdue. And you might be able to hear my younger brother crying right now. He's having a moment. Sorry about that. And the Steelers. Okay, they need a quarterback or an inside or O-line, I think. I don't know if you want to go quarterback now, you can. If I'm them, I don't even think Mason Rudolph's ever started. Ever. But still, I think you'd much rather have Kenny Pickett make it a competition in camp, so I'm going to have them taking Kenny Pickett out of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh man goes to Pittsburgh. This is the Patriots. They are getting rid of their corners. They're getting rid of their linebacker. They're getting rid of their corner. J.C. Jackson is leaving. So I think you take the cornerback, which there are literally none available for a very long time. The next available corner is in the early first. So, do you really need inside defensive linemen? If you're them, I think you go Jordan Davis. Fills the needs, best available player. Why not? The Raiders. I don't know, really. I think Drake London could be helpful because, they need a wide receiver to help to replace Henry Ruggs. So, I think that's a really good idea. And now we have the Cardinals. They probably could use corner or O-line. I'm going to have them taking Zion Johnson from Boston College. Because inside O-line is really helpful. Now the Cowboys. A head coach. Genuinely, I don't know what you do here. An edge rusher is not what they need whatsoever. A safety, I guess you could have a safety here, but I don't know. Realistically, I don't think they have many needs, to be honest with you. I think inside defensive line, I think it would be a huge thing there. So yeah, we're going to go Perion Winfrey and now you have the Bills. The inside defensive linebackers are available. Edge rushers are needed. Again, not really many edge rushers available right now. But yeah. And then let's see here. I have them taking inside D lineman, Devin Wyatt. Decent need, it's helpful. Now, do the Titans lose their minds and draft Desmond Ridder? Genuine question. I don't think they do. They do need a linebacker. I think they'll take Nakobe Dean out of Georgia. Now, this is where I do see a possible spot for a quarterback again. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the 27th pick. It's between Desmond Ridder and Treylon Burks for me. Treylon Burks, a wide receiver. They're going to lose wide receivers in free agency. They need someone to replace Antonio Brown. Their quarterback is still young, so I think they go Treylon Burks here. Definitely, I think they go Treylon Burks. Now the Packers. Bigger news. They got a wide receiver. They tagged Davante Adams, and Aaron Rodgers is going back for the next couple of years. So, not Desmond Ridder. Devin Lloyd, maybe. Realistically, they have so many free agents that anything is available. Anything is a possibility right now to me. So, I'm going to go... I think I'm going to go with... inside O lineman, Kenyon Green from Texas A&M. And now the Dolphins trade with the... I'm thinking that's the... what team is that? God, I'm an idiot. 49ers. That's the 49ers pick that they traded with. So, I think it's a possibility that they go wide receiver. I think it's a possibility they go offensive tackle, but there's no offensive tackles right here. So, yeah, I'm going to go with wide receiver Chris Olave out of Ohio State. Now, the Chiefs here, I see wide receiver being a possibility here. I see a safety replacement for Tyrann Mathieu, who is expected to walk in free agency. Do you draft that third linebacker? Even though we usually do two linebackers, we could do a third. We could draft a third linebacker to get that young core of linebackers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have us take Jahan Dotson, wide receiver from Penn State. That's what I think is going to happen. Or that's what I want to happen. And now, the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know about this one. In reality, I think they might trade into those lower rounds. I mean, there's not a lineman for up until the 50s. So, I'd take best player available, which as of this pick, it says Desmond Ridder. They are not taking quarterback. Linebacker out of Utah, Devin Lloyd is who I have them picking. And now, the Super Bowl champ, I'm just kidding, it's the Lions. The Rams will have a pick. Let's see here. They either go quarterback or corner. Those are the two projected to go. I'm going to go... Well, there's two quarterbacks who they could go with here. Desmond Ridder or Matt Corral. I wasn't really impressed with Matt Corral, though. Like, I don't really know much about him. I've heard more about Desmond Ridder. We're going to go Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati for the last pick of the draft. Finalizing your draft. Yeah, I like it a lot here. I don't see many. Again, the main thing is Philadelphia here. Like, this is a Howie Roseman draft right here, man. This is so I don't know. If I'm the Eagles, I don't know if I go. I don't know. I feel like you're in a bad situation here. I feel like you'd probably trade back with one of them and then trade to get a player with another. I don't know. But, yeah. And that's really the only thing I see that, like, could be really bad for them. Again, the Chiefs and the Bengals, I don't really like the picks they have right now. I think Cincinnati could probably easily trade back into, like, they could probably get a lineman with their second round pick. I don't know, honestly. Hopefully they can get some O-linemen in the draft, or in the free agency, because if not, I don't know about this. But yeah, I really like this draft pick so far. I cannot wait for the for free agency. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.